Why, hello there everybody, my name is JJ the Jet Plane, or you can just call me JJ, and welcome to this video. So this video I've been planning for a while, and it is my first official Q&A. So a few weeks ago, around the beginning of April, I reached out to you guys on Twitter and Facebook and just in my YouTube videos and asked you guys to use the hashtag AskTheJetPlane to ask me any questions that you guys had, and I got a good amount of responses, normally through my friends on Facebook and a few on Twitter, but it was still really fun. But you know what, without further ado, let's get to the questions. Alright, question number one. This is from one of my friends on Facebook, and most of my Facebook friends asked to kind of just be more anonymous, so I'm gonna let them be anonymous if they wanted to. So question number one, do you like glasses or contacts better? Honestly, it just really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm gonna be sitting at my computer for who knows how long doing homework or editing YouTube videos, more often than not, I will wear my glasses just because my contacts kind of give me a headache, they dry out, because I'm just constantly staring at a screen, and it hurts my eyes, I don't like it. But if I'm going to school, or if I'm going on a date, or even to work sometimes, I will wear my contacts just because my glasses tend to get in the way. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like me with my glasses or my contacts better? Here's me with my glasses, and here's me without my glasses. I literally just kind of took them off because, you know, that's what I look like with contacts, and I can't see the camera very well. Alright, next question. What is your favorite job? I'm assuming you're asking what is the favorite job that I've had, because my dream job would be to be like some awesome movie director or a really cool archaeologist. I've done pet sitting, I've worked at a label making company with my grandparents, I've taught swim lessons. What else? I have also, I worked at a bakery, I worked at BYU Broadcasting. You guys may know them, they're in charge of the YouTube channel Studio C. That was a blast, that was a lot of fun. I've also worked at a cafe on campus, and right now I currently work as an auxiliary maintenance person. Basically, I just go around campus and fix like heaters and air conditioning, and I crawl through vents all day long. It's fun, it's messy, but it's fun. But I think out of all of those, either the pet sitting job, working at BYU Broadcasting, or teaching swim lessons. Those are my top 3 favorite jobs. Next up, we have the question, what got you started doing YouTube? That is an excellent question. So, basically, oh, this brings back memories. I was in a film production class in high school, and my friends, let's see, it was Lexi, me, McKay, Jason, and Landon. It was, there were 5 of us total, and we were all in this group, and we just loved making goofy videos. And this was kind of at the time where I was kind of figuring out, oh yeah, I like making videos, it's a lot of fun. And the 5 of us, we had this crazy, stupid idea to make this YouTube channel. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it was super embarrassing. But it was just fun, and I loved posting videos. We posted like all of 3 videos before we all kind of went our separate ways in school. But that's kind of what got me started, like kind of experimenting with YouTube. Officially, I will have been doing this channel for a year come May, I think. That'll be my whole 1-year kind of anniversary, big deal kind of thing. But I'm excited. I really love making YouTube videos. It's a lot of fun. This is a funny question. You wear that green hoodie a lot. How long have you had it, and is there a story behind it? I'm assuming you're talking about this green hoodie. This hoodie it's awesome. I love this hoodie. I actually got this hoodie when I was around in 5th grade. I got it on just kind of a back to school shopping thing with my grandma, my mom's mom. And I just love it. It did come with a pair of sweatpants that I have since outgrown, but this jacket has just grown with me, and I love it. It's my favorite color. I love this green. It's a really ratted jacket, and I just wear it, you know, when I'm cold, or I wear it around, and I love it. There's not really a story behind it, but, you know, it's a good jacket. Alright, this next question comes off a comment from one of my YouTube videos, and the person who asked it, their name is Jordan, and they asked, where did you get that Star Wars poster in your room? I got mine from a cereal box. There is actually a funny story about this Star Wars poster. So, I don't think if I've mentioned this or not, but I love all things outer space. When I was a little kid, the one thing I wanted to do more than anything was to become an astronaut and just to go to the moon. Because actually there's never been a girl who has been on the moon, and maybe I'll be the first, who knows? If I don't do this, maybe I will go to the moon. Anyway, so I was taking astronomy last semester, and I really wanted to better learn the constellations in the sky. So I went to Walmart and I was looking through the posters, and I saw a poster for constellations in the Northern Hemisphere, and I saw another poster for Star Wars The Force Awakens. And I'm also a huge, huge Star Wars fan. So I put them both in the basket of my cart, and I am going through my wallet to see how much money I have, and I realized I only have enough money for one. And on the posters, they're rolled up, and you can't really see which one is which. So I take the one that I think is the Constellations poster, and I keep it, and I put the other one back. I get back to my apartment, unroll it, and it's the Star Wars poster. And it was awesome, because secretly I kind of wanted the Star Wars one a little bit more, but I was so happy with how that turned out. And that's the story of the Star Wars poster. Josh here has 2 questions. He asks, who is your favorite Doctor Who villain, and what is your favorite cult classic movie? I'm gonna answer those in the order you ask. So my favorite Doctor Who villain, you guys probably might know this, I don't know if I told you or not, but I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I love Doctor Who. I think it's one of my favorite TV shows. Favorite Doctor Who villain? I've got 2 categories when it comes to villains. The ones that I really like, and the ones that I like to hate. And I think when it comes to the ones I really like character-wise, I really like the Daleks and Davros and that whole thing. I feel like they're a very iconic villain, and they've been through the series throughout all 55 years, I think it is now. The 50th was in 2013. So yeah, 54 years, give or take 1 or 2, because I'm not good at math. And they're just very iconic, and I really like the Daleks and their whole story. But the ones I love to hate the most have got to be the Weeping Angels. I hate the Weeping Angels with a burning passion. Not only did they have the most tear-jerking finale when it came to saying goodbye to Amy and Rory, but the first ever Doctor Who episode I saw was Blink, and I was in the basement with one of my best friends. Her name's Shay, and we were watching it, and I think it was Halloween, and we were in the basement in her recreation area. It was a hardwood floor, it was super echoey in there, and we were right next to the water heater, and just watching Blink scared me half to death. Literally, I could not go into my storage room in my home for a week, because I was like, okay, I know the Weeping Angels aren't real, but it's so scary, and I don't want to be in the dark, because what if they actually pop out and are actually real? I don't know, that's just how my mentality works out. The Weeping Angels really scared me. My 2 favorites are probably the Daleks and the Weeping Angels, so those are them. Alright, so for those of you who don't know what a cult classic is, I promise it's not some weird, creepy, devil-worshipping movie lover people. The actual definition for a cult classic film, from Wikipedia anyway, it says a cult film, also commonly referred to as a cult classic, is a film with a cult following, obscure or unpopular with mainstream audiences, and often revolutionary or ironically enjoyed. And I actually had to go look up a list of cult classic movies, because I had no idea what qualified as a cult classic and what didn't. But I actually do have a few favorites, and the 3 top favorite cult classic movies are actually kind of the only ones I've ever seen, and they are The Princess Bride, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which I actually saw for the first time all the way through this year. I had never seen it all the way through before, but I've seen bits and pieces throughout my 20-odd years of life. And the other one is in 1971, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I like that one a lot more. That's the one with Gene Wilder instead of the one with Johnny Depp. I like the one with Gene Wilder a lot more, but those are my favorites. They're also the only ones I've ever seen. What do you like best about doing YouTube? That is an excellent question, and I feel like you're about to get a very long-winded answer. Honestly, I just love being able to make videos and being able to make them how I want to make them. I did work at a professional film company place. It wasn't film, it was TV broadcasting. I mentioned earlier I worked at BYU Broadcasting. We worked on shows like Studio C, The Relative Race, And I liked working there, but I wasn't a fan of how things were done. I wanted to be able to try my own things and show them to my boss and see if we could maybe learn how to do this and maybe do it in a different way. And they liked the way that they did things over there. And one thing I like about YouTube is that I'm able to do my own thing. No one can tell me what to do except the copyright people, which I'm looking out for you guys. I don't like doing copyrighted things because then I can't show you guys and you guys can't watch my videos in case they've got like copyrighted songs or something. But yeah, I just really like being able to do my own thing and to be able to produce videos that you guys like and that you guys enjoy. And honestly, I feel like I can just be myself on YouTube. I feel like I can express my personality more, and honestly, I'm kind of a shy person until you like really get to know me. And this whole fact that I can be outgoing to an audience, I think is really cool. Of course, to me right now, I'm just being myself to a camera, but I feel like once I started YouTube, I was very much more comfortable in my own skin. So that's pretty much it. I like doing my own thing, and it's been a confidence boost for me. This next question comes from Twitter user James Farr, and he asks, which favorite childhood movie do you hope gets a remake? Honestly, I feel like every movie is getting a remake right about now. I mean, we have a huge list of movies that are coming out like just in the near future that I feel like if I were to list a movie, it's already being remade. I mean, Beauty and the Beast was one of my favorite childhood movies. I also really like Mulan, and that's getting a remake that's coming out in 2018, I think. So with movies, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I also grew up loving Star Wars, but then again, we're also getting a ton of Star Wars movies coming in the future. I love Harry Potter. I didn't necessarily grow up with that, but it's one of my favorites. But if we're going childhood, I'm gonna warp this question a little bit and change it to which favorite childhood TV show do you hope gets a remake? And I hope that someday, maybe in the near future, maybe in the far-flung future, that Kim Possible gets a remake or a reboot or something. I grew up watching Kim Possible with my little sister Rachel. She's not so little anymore. She's like taller than me by 3-4 inches, and it's crazy. Anyway, I remember distinctly watching the Kim Possible for like full-on series finale with her graduating, and I thought it was amazing. It was extremely well done. You know, she and Ron get together, Shigo and Draken get together, spoiler alert. And it was just so fun, and I feel like Kim is a really good role model for kids. She's honest, she's strong, she's comfortable with herself, and she goes out and she's a superhero. She's like a super spy. And if that show could get a remake at some point, I think it would be super, super cool. Now this next question really got me thinking, and it's, what's your opinion about YouTube's new monetization policy? I think I said that right, monetization? Correct me if I said that wrong. So YouTube's new monetization policy, I'm not talking about like the whole YouTube ad boycott, I'm talking about their new policy where in order to monetize your videos, in other words, make money off ad revenue for your videos, you have to reach, I think it's 10,000 lifetime views. Personally, I haven't reached that yet. I'm still very much on the baby side of YouTube. But I think that's a great idea. I think it's a good way to weed out channels that might not be as serious as some others and find the ones that are growing and becoming more popular with people. I think overall that what they're doing with the 10,000 lifetime views is a good idea. And honestly, it's not that hard to reach. I've been doing YouTube not full time for about a year, and as of right now, I'm about halfway there. It is gonna take some time to get all the way to that 10,000 lifetime views, but it's not impossible, and those who are serious about it will be able to get to it. So I think it's a good idea what they're doing. All right, this is a really easy question. Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars. No contest. I am 100% a Star Wars fan. I'm a little upset that we don't have an official fandom name like Star Trek does. They're the Trekkies or the Trekkers. I honestly don't know the difference. I feel like I'm gonna get really bugged in the comments about Trekkies versus Trekkers. But I grew up with Star Wars. I absolutely love it. And there's a video coming out soon where I'm gonna be doing a Star Wars versus Star Trek. This question made me laugh. do you have any fun quirks? If so, what is your favorite? So I'm guessing you mean like personality quirks when you're asking this question, and I feel like I'm a pretty quirky person. One thing I do like to do is when I'm in the elevator sometimes, and I'm listening to my headphones, I'll normally have music just blaring when I'm coming home from school or coming home from work, and I'm in the elevator. I will have like these little private concerts just to myself. Only if I'm in the elevator by myself though. If there's another person in the elevator, I'm just like, hey, how's it going? But if I'm by myself in the elevator, I will be singing and dancing and doing whatever until the elevator doors open. There has been one time when the elevators opened on the wrong floor. I was coming down from my apartment, I think I was heading to work, and it opened on the second floor instead of the first floor, and I was just full on rocking out to my music, and the person opened the door and they were like, what is going on? And I was just like, oh my gosh, hide me now, hide me now, hide me now, hide me now. So that's one of them. And the other one, I'm not so sure if this qualifies as a quirk rather than something I can just do. One thing I found that I can do just kind of by myself is when I'm reading, I can mimic other people's voices. Like say I'm reading Lord of the Rings. If Gandalf says something, I can automatically hear Ian McKellen saying it, right? Ian McKellen, not Ian McGregor. No, Ian McGregor's Obi-Wan. Like young Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I can just automatically say, okay, Gandalf said blah, 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 blah. And I can hear Ian McGregor saying it in my head. And something that happens is if I'm around a person enough, or I watch enough movies or videos with the same person talking, my brain will automatically go to their voice if I read text that reminds me of them. Like, for example, if I'm reading a Tumblr post and it's all caps and it's super shouty and it's really, really like passionate about what it's saying, my voice automatically goes to Jacksepticeye and his crazy, loud, awesome Irish accents. That's just something I do, and it's a fun quirk. All right, this is the last question of this Q&A, and this is honestly a question I had to think a long time about because I couldn't just pick one answer. And the question is, if you could meet / do a collaboration with any YouTuber, who would it be and why? And the reason I had such a hard time with this question, because you said meet / do a collaboration, which kind of makes me think that you don't feel like they're the same thing, which led me to not necessarily know how to answer this question because I feel like those are two completely different things. If I could meet any YouTuber, just to meet and say hi and say I really enjoy your videos, it would probably be the YouTube channel What's Inside. I have met them. Here's a picture of me meeting them. It was at a Studio C live screening that I got to go to. If I could do a collaboration with anyone, I don't really know, because I feel like there are so many other YouTubers out there that have their own thing that I like to watch, but I would not be able to contribute anything to them. If I ever do gaming, it would be fun to do something with Jacksepticeye, like in the far-flung future. There's this one channel that I follow, his name's T Martin, and he does this series called Super Cooper Sunday with his golden retriever and his girlfriend's dog, Coda. The golden retriever's name is Cooper. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be in one of those episodes. I'm a huge dog person at heart, and every time they do something with their dogs, I think, oh, that's so cool. I wish I had a dog I could do that with. So I'd like to do a collaboration with them, or maybe Studio C at one point. That would be kind of funny. Like, hey, I don't work for you guys anymore, but I'm gonna do a collaboration with you guys. It's gonna be fun. So those are the guys I would like to collab with. If I could meet anyone though, if I could only meet one person out of all the YouTubers I've ever watched or ever enjoyed a video for, it would probably be James Farr. He's the guy who does the Super Mario Brothers and the Star Wars mashups. He does a lot of animation style videos, and I would just like to meet him and say, hey, thanks, you're the reason I kept doing YouTube. The story with that goes, I did a reaction video to his Smash Brothers Star Wars mashup for A New Hope. And as a starting YouTuber, when I put that video out, I had maybe 2 subscribers, maybe 3. And after that video went up, he tweeted about it and said, hey, I like this video, it's super cool, you guys should go watch it. And it just made me so like happy to see that people are actually watching my videos, and it just gave me such a huge confidence boost. So I wouldn't necessarily want to do a collaboration with him just because I can't draw for the life of me. I can do stick figures and that's about it. But he would be the one that's my #1 to meet someday. So I hope that will happen at some point. All right, everybody, that does it for this Q&A. It's been a blast doing this. I loved reading off the questions you guys sent me, and I'm sure we're gonna be doing another Q&A sometime in the future. I don't necessarily know when, but who knows? It could be next week. It's probably not gonna be next week, but who knows what the future holds. For those of you who are new, please go ahead and subscribe. I put out a ton of fun videos. I do unboxings, I do fun quirky trailer reactions, and it'll be a ton of fun. I've got more fun content coming in the future. And speaking of the future, why don't you guys go ahead and push that notification button too so you never miss out on when I post a video. Well guys, that does it for this video. Until next time, I will see you later.